In 2006, a scientist at the University of Washington put on a rubber caveman mask. Then he captured 7 wild crows. The birds were tagged and released unharmed. The experiment was over. Or at least, that's what everyone thought. Days later, whenever the same mask appeared on campus, crows began screaming. Not at everyone, only at that face. Months passed. The reaction continued. Then years. And something even stranger happened. Crows that had never been captured started recognizing the mask too. How could birds identify a specific human face? And more importantly, how were they teaching that face to other crows? For a long time, scientists assumed face recognition belonged mostly to mammals. Humans, apes, maybe dolphins. Certainly not birds. Then came the Seattle crow experiments. In 2006, researcher John Marzluff and his team began trapping wild American crows while wearing a distinctive mask. A second mask was used as a control. One face meant danger. The other meant nothing. After release, the researchers walked through the same areas wearing the masks. The result was immediate. Crows ignored the neutral face. But the dangerous face triggered alarm calls, dive bombing, and aggressive mobbing behavior. The birds weren't reacting to clothing, not body size, not movement, only the face. And they remembered it for years. At first, this made sense. The captured crows remembered. Of course they did. But then researchers noticed something impossible. Birds that had never been trapped were also attacking the dangerous mask. Some weren't even alive when the original captures happened. Yet they behaved as if they personally knew the suspect. That observation led to a second study in 2011. The researchers wanted to know whether crows could spread information socially. The answer was yes. And not just a little. When experienced crows sounded alarm calls around the dangerous face, younger and uninvolved birds learned from the reaction. The face became part of the group's collective knowledge. In other words, crows were sharing wanted posters. Without language, without writing, without ever meeting the original victim. Humans build reputations. Crows appear to do something surprisingly similar. One bird encounters a threat. The information spreads. Soon dozens of birds react to the same individual. Researchers observed that recognition expanded far beyond the original capture locations. Knowledge traveled through the population. A dangerous face was no longer just a memory. It became community knowledge. A crow doesn't need to experience danger itself. Someone else can do that for them. Then scientists asked an even bigger question. What exactly is happening inside a crow's brain when it sees a threatening face? In 2012, researchers conducted one of the first brain imaging studies ever performed on wild crows. The scans revealed activation in regions associated with fear, attention, and long-term memory when the birds viewed dangerous human faces. The birds weren't simply seeing an image. They were recalling an experience. A face triggered an emotional memory. Not unlike what happens in humans when we encounter someone we strongly trust or strongly fear. And then came the most unsettling observation of all. The experiment started in 2006. Researchers continued monitoring responses. Years later, crows were still reacting to the same face. According to follow-up observations, the behavior persisted for up to 17 years through social transmission across generations. Think about that. Some of the original birds were gone, yet the warning survived, passed from crow to crow, parent to offspring, like folklore, like history, like culture. So why are crows obsessed with human faces? Maybe they're not. Maybe what they're truly obsessed with is information. Because in the crow's world, survival depends on one simple question. Who can be trusted? For humans, the answer might be stored in documents, or databases, or stories. For crows, it's stored in faces. And somewhere above you, on a rooftop or telephone wire, a bird may already know exactly who you are. The unsettling question is whether it learned that from personal experience, or from a story another crow told years ago.